This is the story of my journey to find a place that feels like home. It starts in Bristol, Tennessee, where my parents moved when I was 6 weeks old. Yes, it's a good place to live and beautiful, but it never felt like home. It could be that my parents had 3 graduate degrees in English between the two of them, and while in general I had a happy childhood, the book-lined house I grew up in was far different than the rest of East Tennessee. I knew that when I left to go to college, I was not coming back. I learned a lot in college, enjoyed my time there, made some lifelong friends, and college is by nature a temporary stop. After college, I spent 2 years as a Peace Corps volunteer in El Salvador. It was an intense time working with a city agency during community organizing, including participating in the first land invasion in Central America. I cherish the time I spent living with a family in a low income area of San Salvador, and I knew I was not going to be an expat there. 6 months after returning from El Salvador, I found myself in Columbus, Ohio, working in a settlement house and directing their summer camp. The best part about my time in Columbus is that there I met Rita Richardson, who joined me in Athens, Georgia in 1975 when I went there to get a master's in social work degree. Rita and I have been together for 50 plus years, and when I'm with Rita, I am home. I stayed in Athens post graduation, working and starting a doctorate in public administration. But Athens was not home. The friends I had there were starting to move away. Besides, Georgia's just too hot. In 1981, I accepted a teaching position at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. We planned to stay there for just a few years. Southeastern Wisconsin seemed flat compared to the hills and mountains we were used to. It was far from an ocean, far from family and friends, and the relations within the social work department were not ideal. But Whitewater turned out to be a really good place to raise kids. The schools were good, our children were connected and happy, and every time we thought of moving, we decided it was just not worth it. Work got better and more fulfilling, the kids got older, but Whitewater still did not feel like home. I don't know if there was a threshold that was crossed, but over time, living here changed from this is where I live to this is home. A part of it was getting more involved in the community and local government and nonprofit organizations. I am proud of my service, including getting strict residential zoning ordinances passed to protect our neighborhood when I served on the city council and raising money for a public library expansion and transformation. Another major factor was moving to our 100-year-old house on a tree-lined street within easy walking distance of downtown and the university. We have good neighbors, and some of them have become friends. When I walk downstairs in the morning, I like the way our living room looks. The screen house, next to our near 300-year-old oak tree, is a wonderful place to read and write. And looking at this story and dragon-filled wall of my office brings a smile to my face. Our children, who had lived on one coast or another for most of their adult lives, both decided to move back to Wisconsin within the last 5 years, and our son now lives an hour to the east, our daughter an hour to the west, and we see them often. What I have learned is that for me, feeling at home is a multifaceted thing, which not only brings comfort, but also a sense of place and connection that gives me strength to be, to create, and to try to do my part in the world.